Power to the people, we back to do maintenance. Yeah, we gonna get it rocking like crack when it came in. Also, remember, if you don't like what I'm kicking, like when I'm spitting, once you tune into this, always remember, the cloth is different. This is a special edition episode. I was on vacation, that's why I didn't upload last week. But this week, it was brought to my attention that a movie, the 30th anniversary of a movie, was released recently in theaters. I didn't get to check it out because of, I think, scheduling. I'm gonna get into what that movie is, and it is my number one favorite movie of all time. It came out in 1990. That was a major year for me. The movie dropped the month of my birthday, which was November 1990. Before I get into that, I've watched a plethora of movies as of late. I have my list, and I'm gonna read, you know what I mean? Read the movies that I watched. I have a lot to review. I really do. I've watched Jungle Land, End of Sentence, Fat Man, Boss Level, Run, What Lies Below, Freaky, Embattled, Cordelia, Musil, it's a foreign film, Let Him Go, The Call, The Merciless. Like, I've watched a lot of movies, so I have a lot of content to release. But today, it's only about the creme de la creme, the numero uno to me. It is no other film that hit like this. It's not The Godfather. It's not Heat. It's not Scarface. It's not Once Upon a Time in America, Goodfellas, Casino. It's none of those. Without further ado, it is this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is it for me. I had the toys, all types of, just to let you know, like this is the real, DVD. It's not just a case. I still buy DVDs, like, you know what I mean? I still buy DVDs. This movie meant so much to me, yo. Like I said, I had all the action figures. I watched the cartoon. I had the underwear growing up. I think I had even the bed sheets, yo. I had everything pertaining to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This movie right here. And when I found out later on that they released it in movie theaters, I was kind of tight because I didn't get to watch it, again in the movie theater. But I'm glad I have the DVD so I can experience that. But it's so, the nostalgic factor that this movie had, and it still holds weight to this day. I can leave my house with this movie playing, right? I can come back and know what scene it's on. Like, I know word for word every character, every scene, I know it word for word verbatim what every character is gonna say. This movie meant the most, and it still holds weight to me. The way the characters look, it was dark, first of all. It was a very dark film. It wasn't so kiddie-ish like the second one. I can't stand the second installment. They just look robotic. The costumes look dope. The acting was on point. April O'Neil, they casted great. They went to everything was on site. It showed New York, the gritty, grimy hustle and bustle of New York. It displayed that in his film. It did. Like, this was before all the CGI. I can't stand the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They look, I don't know what's going on with that. I have no idea who thought that was a bright idea. Also, the Ninja Turtles are DC Comics. Dark Comics. This is part of DC. They even have a movie with Batman, the animated movie that's out. So, I just like to see it shot in that light. Even back then, I was blown away by the way it looked. Like, it aged gracefully to me, honestly. It did. It aged gracefully. you know, the each one of the characters, each one of the personalities, you know, the leader being Raphael, the rebel, the leader being Leonardo, the rebel being Raphael, the one that's always jokingly have the sense of humor, of course, one of my favorites, Michelangelo, and Donatello being the brains of the operation per se, you know, the scientist. So, you know, it had the personalities that, it showed each one of the personalities on screen. And nothing was better than the song, Turtle power, Turtle power. Yeah, nothing was better than that to me. Like, the soundtrack was fire. We ain't gonna sleep on the soundtrack. The soundtrack was fire. Yeah, it is nothing short of greatness. To me, nothing short of greatness. The accents, the whole 9 yards. Matter of fact, it's crazy because Casey Jones. I decided to draw Casey Jones. How many years later? Like 30 years later, I actually, you know, I don't know if they can see it. I actually decided to draw Casey Jones. Master Shredder. I decided to draw Master Shredder. Like, this is how much this movie meant to me. To me. Last but not least, I drew the Turtles. Not only do I review movies, I draw too. Yeah. So, yes, now, get into more detail about this movie before I wrap it up. I remember like it was yesterday. I remember my mom buying this for my birthday, and I tormented her and my sister for years upon years. I watched this movie every day for several years. When I mean every day, I'm very meticulous. I'm compulsive. I watch this movie every day. They could not stand it. I guarantee you, they can't stand it, even the thought of me mentioning Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because honestly, it was OD for me. That's just the type of person I am. Once I like something, there's no such thing as running it into the ground with me. So yes, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, my favorite movie of all time. Once again, it meant so much to me. You know, the actors did their job. You know, introducing Casey Jones the way they did, April O'Neil, Master Shredder, even, you know, Master Splinter didn't look like a freaking puppet like Howard the Duck looked. You know what I mean? They stepped it up in this, and it held its own. Story was written perfect, man. You know, they showed their adolescence in the film. It just, I think people should go revisit Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man. And this movie right here, it gets a 9.5. The only reason it doesn't get a 10 out of 10 is because it wasn't long enough for me. The movie was just not long enough for me. But everything else, it checks off all the boxes. And I know people are shocked by me that this is my new #1 favorite film of all time, but it is. So you learned something about me today, that I'm not rough on films. I just know what I look for in films. And this kind of checked off all the boxes. Not only because it's the nostalgic aspect of things, it just checked off all the boxes. So watch it again. Tell me what you think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean? And if you don't like what I'm saying, cut me some slack. If you don't like that, then man, you know, pardon my back. To the meantime, hold it down. Pardon my back. Salute.